What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to Comic Breakdown. If you guys are new to the channel, do me a favor and hit that sub button, hit that notification bell, and make sure you're not missing any of the awesome content we have coming out. Now, with this video, we are jumping back into the Milestone universe. We're jumping into Static issue number 2. Now, if you didn't catch Static issue number 1, or if you haven't caught Icon and Rocket, go ahead and check out the links in my description as well as the top of this video. It will get you completely caught up on everything going on. And be sure to stay tuned because we are going to be covering every single thing they have when it comes to the Milestone universe. That includes hardware that is going to be coming out here soon. Now, where we last left off, we saw Hotstreak make his arrival to Static's house. Making his arrival here, he sets the house on fire. And so now he has to debate on what is he going to do here. Is he going to show everybody his powers, or is he going to let his house burn? Now, this is written by Vita Ayala. The pencils are crisscross, inks are Nicholas Draper Ivy, the colors are the same, and with that being said, let's dive into this breakdown. Alright guys, so as we dive into this issue, we are picking up with Daisy. Daisy currently at home, but right now something is going astray because she is starting to develop powers. Putting her hands on her computer desk, we see the computer desk completely crumble. And we are seeing this more and more as kids are getting these powers because of the gas that had been administered during a protest. It was an untested chemical, and now it was let loose on the populace. And because of this, many individuals have started to get powers. One of them being Hotstreak. And that's what will take us to the House of Static. Currently up in flames. And Hotstreak is just laughing at him. Because Static hit him with a little bit of electricity, but it didn't do much. And Hotstreak pretty much used every bit of his energy that he had to set this house on fire. And now he is realizing that. He is realizing that it's not just an infinite supply of power, that it has to convert energy to create these powers. And now, with him being out of energy, Static is going to take his turn. And with his fist glowing with electricity, he's ready to just lay into Hotstreak, to put down some hurt on him. But at the end of the day, that's not him. And not only that, but his entire house is currently on fire. Not only that, but it could spread to another house. It could go to somebody else and end up hurting them. And so no matter how much he wants to get back at Hotstreak right now, he has to take priority on his house burning down. And so Static, doing the best he can, shoots electricity towards the house, appearing to be absorbing all of this fire, absorbing all of this energy and matter, but he can't take it all into himself. And so he takes it all and he shoots it up into the sky, releasing that energy as high as he possibly can. We see the flames on the house go out, and we see Static drop to his knees. And his family, his loved ones, run over to him and they hug him, and they have no idea what is going on because up to this point they had no idea that he even had powers. And so after looking at all the damage to the house, it looks like most of it was external damage. They're probably going to have to replace a lot of their paneling on the outside, but on the inside, it appears that most of their house was at least saved from damage. So at least there is a little bit of good news on all of this. But picking up a couple hours later, the entire family is sitting down because they're discussing exactly what happened. The fact that their son now has abilities. And Static tells him that it's gotta be from the gas, because this is becoming more and more common. People all over the city have begun to get these powers. And as everybody begins to figure out what the best course of action to do here is, his mother and father really start debating and having an argument because she wants him to go in and get examined to figure out exactly how this is changing his DNA, how it's changing his body. The father, of course, worried that his son is going to end up nothing more than a guinea pig or a lab rat. Not only that, his father worries how the world is going to see him, because as it stands, they know of Icon existing, and he is not extremely accepted by the overall populace. Yeah, people are happy that he helped save the day, but at the end of the day, he is something different. He is something to be feared. And people with powers is exactly that. They are something that people don't know. And what people don't know, people fear. And so he has every reason to be worried about his son here. But that's what will pick us up the next morning, with V making his way to school early. Never really being early, but he just wanted to get out of the house, get away from all of that arguing that was currently going on. And arriving at school, this is where he runs into his old friend Darius. Now Darius, they used to hang out a lot, they used to have game night and all that good stuff. But once he started doing all this, I want to be a journalist lifestyle, it really caused a rift in their friendship. But Darius comes up to him trying to get the scoop, trying to figure out exactly what's going on behind the doors. And having his cell phone up, V tells him, you know, put the cell phone away. I don't want the cell phone in my face. I'm asking you nicely, like, just back up. Darius keeps pushing him, and eventually we see Static just shock his phone. Because at the end of the day, no matter what Darius is actually trying to do, when they come knocking, when they come looking for somebody, they're not going to come looking for Darius. They're going to come looking for Static. They're going to come looking for V, and that's just attention he does not want on him. And he tells him straight up, if you really want to know why we stopped inviting you to game night, why we're no longer close as friends like we used to be, it's because of this right here. You believe getting in people's business was more important than being my friend. And so he decides to ditch school for the first time since he was in like 5th grade. Ditching school, he makes his way around the city, and he goes ahead and he makes a phone call to someone he thinks is going to be able to help him. That individual being Mr. Metcalf. Now, he doesn't know that yet, but Mr. Metcalf is Hardware. And Hardware tells him, you know, I really don't have time for chit-chat, so I need you to get to the point and get to it quick on what you need from me. And V tells him everything. He tells him about the fire, he tells him about Hotstreak, he tells him about using the ionic neutralizing theory and how it was successful. But the truth of the matter, at this point, I don't know what to do and I need some help. And immediately, Metcalf, he believes him. And Static can't believe this, but there's no reason that he has not to believe it. Plus, he has the news. So he's seeing that this is going around, that this is obviously something that is within the realm of possibilities. And so after Hardware hears this entire story, he tells them that there is a storage locker over by the airport. He says it's a big storage locker, basically a satellite lab, and that he's going to text him the code and that he can use anything inside that he thinks will be useful for him. That's so long as the police haven't actually raided that place yet. And he tells him that he wishes him good luck and he hopes that he comes out on top of this, and he hopes that eventually they can meet up face to face. Now this is where we pick up with Darius. Darius still trying to get the scoop on what exactly is going on. This is when he meets up with one of the individuals who now has powers. And this guy is telling him exactly what happened. Because some stuff went sideways, the army moved in on them, and now this kid is absolutely terrified that they're gonna come knocking anytime. And he tells Darius that they were at a gathering of the minds. That's what Holocaust calls this. And he was telling them about the power that they had and how the people would finally have to listen to them and they would finally have to respect them. And during this peaceful gathering, this is when things go sideways. The army makes their way in and everybody starts scattering in every direction. With Holocaust vanishing in the midst of all of this, we see Hotstreak doing his best to try to protect people. It was an absolutely horrific sight, and he was barely able to make it out of there, not knowing what happened to Hotstreak. That gave him the opportunity to run away, with Hotstreak losing his lid, with taking out at least 7 of these people. It gave them the opportunity to be able to get out and tell the story of what happened here. And while he is telling this story, we're also seeing glimpses of Static making his way to this new locker. Going to the storage locker, opening it up, seeing that it is full of high-tech gadgets and literally anything an inventor's mind could dream of. Seeing things that are completely still theoretical. He is like a kid in a freaking candy store. He is so freaking happy to have all of this now at his disposal. But as he's looking around, as he's checking out every single little gadget that there is, this is when he hears something from the outside. And it's the police on a blowhorn saying that they are here to arrest Curtis Metcalf. And with their guns drawn, Static is absolutely worried that his father is going to freaking kill him. And that will be the end of this issue. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments. You know, I personally am thoroughly enjoying everything that they got going on currently. We just covered Icon and Rocket in the last couple of days. And now they have Static, hardware's about to drop, so I'm really excited. You know, we're seeing little tiny tweaks here and there to the original stories, but I really do like what they're doing. And I'm really excited to see these stories move forward, to see them come together, and we really build on the bigger milestone universe. But yeah, let me know what you guys think down in the comments. If you have not yet, do me a favor, hit that sub button, hit that notification bell, make sure you're not missing any of the awesome content we have coming out. And until the next breakdown,